Hello guys, NautoAce here, and I want to give my thoughts on, I guess some people would say, a bit of a controversy with Resident Evil 3 Remake. So yes, by the time of this recording, the game is already out, and if you pre-order the game, you get the classic Jill costume from the original version from the PlayStation. So before I even start, I want to make some notes. First of all, not a fan of Resident Evil game. Yes, I have played them. I have Resident Evil 2. I got it from Black Friday. I'm going to try it, but I'm going to be really sucky because, like I said, I'm not really a fan of it. I played 4 and it drive me crazy to a point that I played part 5 and 6, had to put it on easy mode or casual mode, whatever. So I'm not a fan of Resident Evil, but I'm able to play them. Second, of course, I'm in the side of censorship is bad. It's politics, dictatorship, etc., etc., etc. It compromised creation, the creativity of the person wanted. However, with that said, this is a little bit tricky with Resident Evil 3 because some people said, oh, it's controversy, oh, X, Y, and Z about it. So, of course, in the past, a gist of this history is that, yes, Sony, but I think it's also now going to Steam, to other game console to some extent, that fan service is considered now sort of a taboo. Kind of sad, especially in Japan, which they're known for fan service in their anime, but again, maybe they're trying to change their image, whatever. I don't agree with it. And then some people even say, oh, the content policy because of California, they moved to California because of some lefties, whatever you call them, righteous wannabe, you know what I call those, whatever they're called. I don't give a crap about it. And I'm gonna say this, I agree to some people who actually said this. Maybe there is a rumor, but as of right now, there is no concrete proof that because the headquarters for Sony is in California, that the American, let's just go with that one, that, oh, they created a policy rule. There is a rumor to that one. I did also kind of mention that in my older video, but to some extent, there's no concrete proof about it. It could be true, but again, very far-fetched rumor, no concrete proof about it. So with that said, I want to give my thoughts on the Resident Evil 3 Remake controversy. So what is the controversy? First of all, the game itself. Some people don't like the new look for Jill or overall of the game itself. For some, which I don't understand, I think it looks good in my opinion. And the director of the game said that, first of all, Jill is based on a real model. So again, hey, you know what? It is what it is. You got Keanu Reeves from Cyberpunk 2027. You got Rhonda and Tagawa in Mortal Kombat 11. You got Jean Reno, I think that's his name, from in MmGS 3. You know, it goes on, but that's really nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. But some people were concerned, like, why did they change Jill? Why is he less sex? Which is okay, whatever. And the outfit, which in my opinion, the new remake outfit kind of makes sense to the setting, but again, it's just me. And the director said we were trying to make the character less appealing. So I think he's trying to say that, hey, look, you know, Jill is not a sex symbol, not a sex appeal. She's not meant to be a fan service character. She's one of the heroes, the main character for the Resident Evil. And when I heard about it, like, you know what? I kind of agree with him. I know, surprisingly, for a person that I'm against censorship, but hear me out. The thing about Resident Evil, believe it or not, even in my opinion, I never really think of the games or the franchise as a fan service or sex appeal or women being, you know, attractive or whatever you call it. I mean, characters, you know, fictional character, attractive, potato. But Jill is not like a Mai Shiranai. She's not, let's see, another, okay, Iris Heart, let's go with that, because from Neptunia, believe it or not, there's a reason why one of the characters call her Sadie, because of her personality when she becomes Iris Heart, and her default outfit, yes, she does wear a G-string. I can't think of another game, but that the character's meant to be a sex appeal. But with the case with Jill Valentine, I never really saw that. Maybe you could say Resident Evil 5 when she became some sort of super soldier, blonde hair with something in her chest and a purple jumpsuit again. You know, that's what Jill. Jill is just a kind of like same as kind of like what's her name, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. You know, it's a badass woman. That's really it. You know, she's the main character, just like Chris Redfield. So, like I said, in the game itself or the franchise, I never really saw the game being a fan service. Like, there's, I mean, maybe a very, very minimum sex appeal, because I mean, it's about horror. It's about survival horror. It's, you know, you survive, you gotta save bullets, and you know, you got zombies, mutants, pandemic. I know, and again, in case with 7, the what do you call it? The tree people. I don't know what. I can't remember. I don't. Like I said, I'm not a fan of Resident Evil in general. I do play them. So the controversy I'm trying to say here was that if you heard, first of all, they trying to make Jill less appealing. I guess. I mean, just being a badass, but at the same time, not something you go kind of like Mike. But however, apparently a new controversy came in with the pre-order costume, which is you get to make her wear the classic Resident Evil 3 costume. And supposed to be that she's wearing a leather miniskirt, which is, I mean, it's PlayStation 1 polygon. I don't know, but I saw the character model. I guess that's what it is. Why is it? Well, the only person can ask that question of why Jill looks like that in the original Resident Evil 3 is Shinji Mikami. Remember, he did that game, which unfortunately the original version is kind of crap. Believe me, I knew friends who played it. I watched them, and the game is, in my opinion, is crap. But that's just my personal opinion. Please don't take it personal. But why is she wearing like that? Who knows? Why don't you ask Shinji Mikami? With that said, in the remake, apparently she's wearing, some people call it a skort, which is short miniskirt. Yes, there have been some character that does that. Again, I'm going to go back to the Neptunia game because there are some character that wears a quote-unquote skort. Uzume Tenobushi actually wears a skort. And in Hyper Devotion Noir, which is a Final Fantasy Tactic wannabe game, it's set in the Neptunia world. One of the character, I forget her name, it's from a Konami visual novel, Tomoki Memorial, whatever. Anyway, one of the characters there, or let's just say maker or game maker, whatever, but that's what they call in the Neptunia lore. He thinks she's wearing a school uniform with a miniskirt, but nope, she's wearing a skort. Same thing. So I got no problem with characters wearing skort. Again, I don't know what benefits that, but it is what it is. There are such thing as a skort or whatever. So a lot of people also don't agree with it, and they say it's censorship. So, and like I said before, and I'm saying again, I can understand the part of censorship because I don't like censorship. However, in the case with the Resident Evil franchise or in Resident Evil 3, I have to say that maybe to a minimum it may sound like censorship, but to some extent I hate to say this, I don't think it's about censorship in that game. I'm sorry, I hate censorship. Believe me, I like my fan service. Look what happened to Neptunia. Some of the game that made me mad, especially Dead Alive Reincarnation, made me mad, but whatever. Screw you, Sony. Anyway, but when it comes to the Resident Evil, I don't think it's about censorship. The director himself said he wanted to go to a different approach with this game. He wanted to be, it's all about horror. It's not about sex appeal. And in his eyes, remember, Shinji Mikami's not working this remake. You know, he has his own company, Tango, and he has his own game, which I have no idea what the name is. The director probably want a new look for Jill. Maybe, okay, if I could redo this and get a second chance, here it is. Make it look like realistic, I guess. Doesn't look like, you know, anime-ish like in Resident Evil 4 and 5. Let's just go with a 6. It's a weird one. That's why in 7, Chris looks different. So why not make Jill different? I'll explain it later. So I think it's just his vision was just different. So it's not so much of sex appeal. It's just that maybe he wants to give Jill a second chance to have a new image. Let's just say that. Was Jill meant to be a fan service character? I don't think so. Not even in my opinion. If it was Trish or Lady from Devil May Cry, then yeah. And Devil May Cry 5, the director there, they have censorship, which again, another one that I never thought Devil May Cry had censorship, but you know what? Whatever. There's fan service on Devil May Cry 5, whatever. Because in 4, there wasn't any. And in the previous game, I didn't really see any. The reboot, yeah, Dante was fan service, whatever. If a girl can be brief nudity, why can't a guy do it? So, but that's a different story there. But when it came to Resident Evil game, I never really see any fan service there. So, yeah, my opinion about it is that I don't think it's censorship. Having Jill with the classic outfit, a skort, that's how you say it. Yeah, maybe that's kind of too weird, but maybe there's something more than me saying that one. And the guy said, he doesn't really think Resident Evil is a fan service game, and he doesn't want people to think that Jill is Mai Shurin Nai. I guess that's her name. I mean, if you censor Mai, then that's going to be a problem because SNK themselves, when they created her, she was meant to be a sex appeal. Jill is not. She's just a female hero in a pandemic zombie infested world. That's what Resident Evil is. So yeah, so in this one I have to go against the grain, and I can't call this censorship. It's more of the director wanted a different image, a second chance to Jill. I know it's weird, but that's what they said. That's why the reason they said that most people said, oh yeah, if you notice, they said, oh man, she's not attractive. That's the whole point, because she's not supposed to be Mai. She's Jill Valentine there. Again, it's different. Potato there. So in my opinion, my thoughts about it is maybe there's a bare minimum of censorship, but I can tell you it doesn't look like it's censorship. It's more of the director wanted a new approach to a game for a second chance. So there you go. Kind of like, say, let's just go with, say, episode 9. How do you make it better if you were a director? If you do a reboot or a remake of Star Wars Episode 9, something like that. Like, you saw the movie, it sucked. Yeah, it's like, it's a damage control movie. But say if someone else directed it, maybe they'll say, hey, I can do this better. Let's restart Star Wars 9 remake, whatever. There you go. So, yeah, so I can't say it's censorship, like it said. And I saw this on Twitter, and a lot of people are making fun of it. So, first of all, I'm going to say this to people, that you're making fun of people saying that it's censorship in Resident Evil 3. And even so, I said it's not. The reason why people are upset about that, and I said it before, I'm going to say it again, is political issue. It goes political. It dictates what's best for the consumer. They're being government mom, government dad. That's what Sony is. That's why people like it. And it is hindering creativity from whoever's game it is. So when it comes to Sen and Kagura, yes, that is censorship. That's why the guy left, the creator, because his creation, the creative vision is, I want booby ninja, bouncy ninja, sexiness, make you that's his creation. That is vision. Neptunia game, the vision of those people behind it. They even said it. It's fan server. There's a reason for it. It's not just they shoved it in. There is a backstory of why there is fan service in those games. Again, when it comes to Resident Evil, he wasn't being told to anyone. I don't think so. I think the director said, this is my vision for Jill. This is my vision of Resident Evil. It's not fan service. It's more of, I got to survive because it's a zombie apocalyptic pandemic, So there you go. So yes, when it comes to censorship, is when one, it's dictatorship because the creative vision of the person is being compromised. And in the case with Resident Evil 3, it was no compromise. I don't think it was compromised. The director was probably in sync with the media or whatever and said, I don't like this character to be sexy because she's not meant to be sexy. Not all women are supposed to be sexy. Not all men are always going to be buff, rip in their buff G-string underwear. You know, whatever. Again, to each of their own. But yeah, like my thoughts about it, I don't think it's censorship. I just think he wants a different direction, his own vision there. So there you go. So I know a lot of people say, "Oh man, I thought you hate censorship." Yeah, I do hate censorship, but in the case of Resident Evil 3, to some extent, it what the guy wanted to be like whatever. So nobody's censoring, and also, like I said in Twitter, when I saw this Twitter post, people were laughing. First, I didn't get it, then I got it. So somebody said, "Oh, screw you, Sony, California, left-wing, white people." Like, okay, first of all, that's already political, and that's the problem with censorship, like I said. Second, in the case with this situation, I may have problem with Sony with their censorship policy, but in this situation, Sony has nothing to do with it. Second, when people say, oh, because they went to California, and I said it before in the beginning of this video, no. A lot of people know about it. A lot of insiders basically stated that no, that has nothing to do with it to some extent. It's maybe a rumor, a minor, but no. As of right now, even so, the headquarters is in California, which is weird because, again, that's where because most people console rather than portable, rather in Japan, the final saying always goes to the Japanese. And the same goes with this one. Yeah, maybe they were influenced by people. Maybe we have to do this policy so we can sell more console, because some people said, I don't want to buy a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation console because all your games are a bunch of fan servicey. Most people think a PlayStation 4 are anime games. Again, nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is. So there you go. So my thoughts before I close this. No, it's not censorship. I think the director wanted to be in that vision. He has his own vision there. So there you go. So with that, I'll see you guys later.